Hi, this is the beginning of Season 2 of A Brief History of Nothing. I'm Ray.
And I'm James.
And, right.
And this week we were going to do a topic per
episode.
And
conspiracy theories this week, James.
Conspiracy theories.
Okay. Give us some good conspiracy theories.
Well, we've got a few. The moon landing The moon landing was a hoax, of course. We all know that one.
Yes.
9/11 truth is basically people that think that 9/11, they either let it happen. There's the let it happen on purpose people.
Yes.
And then there's the made it happen on purpose people. So they think that the American government made 9/11 happen and planted explosives in the buildings.
So, the video I saw of the aircraft hitting one of the towers, I didn't see it.
No, you didn't, of course. No, that was just a ploy. They're military aircraft.
Oh, okay.
To make it look like the aeroplanes actually hit the buildings.
Right.
It's very complicated.
Right, and the moon landings. Yes, one of the favourite things the moon landing theorists like to pick on is the waving flag. James, you want to give me your theory on the waving flag?
Well, because there's no air on the moon.
Yes.
Effectively no air on the moon. You carry a flag jiggling it around as you're walking.
Yes.
So it's going to get jiggled.
Mm-hmm.
So you wave it around a bit and stick it in the ground where there's very little gravity, like there's a sixth of the gravity.
So it was doing a little bit of a to and forth flop while you were walking along. And so you stuck it in the ground and you're saying it kept doing the to and forth flop.
Yeah, and eventually it fell down very slowly because there's not a lot of gravity. And of course it's going to keep waving because it's got all this momentum and there's no... See, if you wave a flag on Earth, you stop waving, it stops. Because of our gravity and because of our atmosphere. But
so you take away the atmosphere and...
Bugger all atmosphere, yeah. And it'll just keep flapping. And another thing is they a lot of these pictures they reckon, but there's uneven shadows. But the Mythbusters prove this. So they actually did a whole episode on this conspiracy theory.
Yes, yes. Angle of the sun.
And the fact that the terrain's uneven.
Yes.
Explains it all.
Because if you had spotlights lighting up an artificial thing, one object would have several shadows, not shadows of different lengths.
Yes. Doi.
Yes. Okay, now, reptilians. This is the
reptilians. Oh, this is a good one. There's a guy called David Icke, and he's a sports commentator, and amongst a few other things, and he thinks that since the time of ancient Egypt, human beings are being ruled over by blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptilians from the constellation Draco.
Okay.
Now, can we see a problem with this?
Well, I can come up with a major one.
Yes, keep going.
Constellations, now here's a plan, are not a little group of stars in the sky. They are stars that appear to be in a group from our perspective. They might be hundreds of light years apart.
Yes, but they have nothing to do, unless they're in a cluster, and astronomers know the difference between a constellation, which is a line of sight effect, and a cluster, which actually exists.
Yes. So you might have, thousands of light years between these stars. So I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, not to mention the slight fact of the blood drinking.
Yes, if this was real, most of us would. It would be just if it's been to the last 3,000 odd years.
Yes,
we'd notice.
You think so?
Yeah, people would just go suddenly missing, and he's like, "What happened here?" And then people were like,
Yes, but why would they want to rule over us?
I don't know. Don't know.
They weren't busy and thought, why not?
Yeah, but apparently British royal family, most of the American presidents, many major celebrities are all reptilians.
Good.
Yeah.
We don't know the scale of the thing.
Oh, scales and reptiles. Yes. Very funny.
Okay. Nazi UFOs in Antarctica?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Apparently, since just before the outbreak of World War II, the Nazis were building flying saucers,
Right.
and they put them on a secret base in Antarctica.
Here's a question. Okay. If they had flying saucers, why do they use conventional aircraft?
To fight the Brits?
Yes.
Yeah, it's what they want you to think, man. It's
Yeah,
where
okay,
do
so
you
they
put your tinfoil hat? Yeah.
They deliberately lost World War II then.
Yes.
Okay.
Which makes no sense. Why would you try and deliberately lose a war?
Okay, now, New World Order. Explain that one to me.
There's a few variations of this one. There is a few. There's a few that the United Nations and the global banks and all these is all tied in together to make this world government that's going to oppress us all and turn us all back into slaves, basically. A lot of this is believed by right-wing libertarians. But there's quite a few variations on that theme there.
Okay.
And you wanted to talk about apparently a conspiracy theory
about World War II and East Wind and Pearl Harbor. Yes, the conspiracy theory goes, and some people believe this is gospel. I haven't read enough to give it either way, but that the Americans actually knew about the invasion of the attack on Pearl Harbor, and that's why all of their aircraft carriers, their newer ships, were all out to sea, and only the older ships, like the battleships and older cruisers, were actually in harbour. So the harbour looked full, but in fact the ships of greatest value were not there. So that's, yes, the theory goes that the British intelligence warned the Americans that the east wind, which meant that the Japanese were going to attack. That one you can make your own mind up on. And Area 51.
Oh,
everybody loves a good Area 51.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's so many stories of people that have apparently, been in Area 51 and they've come out and they've given some drug to make them forget it all, and apparently there's all these aliens at Roswell that they crashed apparently.
Yeah.
That's apparently in Area 51, and aliens have been autopsied and.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But the interesting thing about conspiracy theories is because governments do like a good secret, we never know how far they actually go.
Yeah.
So we don't know if, the most crackpottest thing going, theory out there may well be true. It may well be the most crackpottest stupid theory out there as equally. So, you just don't know.
But I don't think the reptilians, however.
That one, I think.
They're stretching it a little.
just a smidge. 2 or 3 kilometres at least.
Oh, and one I didn't put down here, and another one is interesting. All gingers, all redheads, apparently they're aliens.
Fair enough. So that makes orangutans aliens too.
Apparently.
Yes, if you're an alien race.
So you're talking a lot of places like Scotland, Russia, Scandinavia.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah, they're all aliens.
There are some Scottish out there that I can believe, well, maybe might be. Some of the wild ones from up in the Highlands. Yeah, I don't know how human they are.
All right, now, our little experiment here.
Yes.
We have in front of us, and I can notice a couple of these are actually forming a lot of hydrogen at where we don't want hydrogen forming. But if we jiggle them,
camera. Oh, actually, you just need to
hold the thing up. Yeah, we'll hold that up. I'll hold this up. You jiggle. Or you want to hold it up? You
I'll
jiggle.
hold that up.
Because with these, I don't know if we can show them. I think we can. Hang on. Hopefully, I'm going to do this and not spill it everywhere. Hopefully. You
got one, or did you take
we take one. We've got these containers. We fill them up with vinegar and citric acid, and we put nails and copper wire in all of them. Now,
this is our continuing quest to find stupid things to charge a phone.
Yes, stupid and erroneous things. But we find, if you want to hold it a bit closer so the camera can see the display there, right, we're currently showing microamps there, but if we jiggle these, see, my hypothesis is that the zinc citrate and zinc ethanoate, which are, because it's citric acid and vinegar, are building up on the nails, and so when you jiggle them, gives them more surface area to go. Then we can switch that over to volts. So we want to switch it over to volts, and that should slow down the hydrogen. Is it the hydrogen slowed down? Yeah, it has, because that's got a much higher resistance than the volts. You hold it a bit closer to there so they can all see it. So if you jiggle it, that should make a big difference. Well, what are we on now? I think we're about 2 something volts.
2.13
volts. Yeah, that's about right to what we should have.
Yeah, so we'll connect a few more of these together, and we should be getting towards the.
We've got a few more containers. These are just like
Chinese food containers.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff that you can pretty much find around the house and have a play with. Find some old copper wire, some galvanised nails, Chinese food containers, and some white vinegar.
Yeah, and we used a bit of citric acid as well.
Yeah, so
just to get the acidity up.
Yeah, we put a little LED on it before and got a
very faint, but we needed to actually switch the lights off to and jiggle. And we need lots of jiggling.
Yeah.
So
let's then jigglers join the
other than New Horizons actually reaching Pluto.
Yes, that's right. New Horizons coming to Pluto. They're going to have a quick whoosh past.
Yeah, because they had to really go hammering down to actually get to Pluto. And they've had to actually, because obviously they're not going to have enough fuel to slow down enough to orbit Pluto.
Yeah, no, it's just a quick bye.
See ya.
Yes, and then they're going to head out into the Kuiper Belt.
Well, Pluto is in the Kuiper Belt.
So they're going to hopefully find out that'd be interesting to find out what's on the other side of it, if they can, without being smashed to bits.
There've been some hypotheses that there might be more beyond the Kuiper Belt.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's just that some mathematics have suggested that
there could be more.
Theoreticians have reckoned there could be more.
One thing I know for sure, if there is, you won't be taking your summer holidays there.
No.
No.
It will be barely above absolute zero. So
nippy.
Yeah, interstellar space is a little cold.
Yeah, if you're a girl, you'd hibernate.
Dad.
Okay, on this day. Okay, the Bastille was stormed, the start of the French Revolution on this day in 1789. The Portalia expedition establishes a base in what is now Monterey in California. Interesting one, another one in the US. The US Sedition Act prohibits false, scandalous or malicious writings against the government.
Is that still a thing now?
Oh yes. Every country has a sedition statute on the books.
But you can still, if something's actually going wrong, if you can prove it.
Yeah, well, yes, if you're correct and you're not just slandering
So we can whinge about Joe Hockey, for example.
Yeah, so we state that the fact that he's staying in a $1.5 million house in Canberra while claiming travelling allowance, that's quite correct.
Yes.
Doesn't make him look good, but...
No. Well, he shouldn't do that. He's a naughty boy.
Yeah, considering his wife owns the house. Okay, now, 1850, the first public demonstration of ice made in a refrigerator. Aren't we thankful for that one?
Yes. Yeah, we look, trying to live in Queensland here without air conditioning.
Okay, we're in Queensland. It is the middle of winter in Queensland. Okay.
We're in short sleeves. I mean, a cold night here is about 8 degrees.
Yes, and we do not have a heater going in the room, so...
Yeah, I mean, we've got a computer behind us, which is enough warmth, really.
Yes, now, Robert Goddard, famous man in rocketry, patented the first liquid-fueled rocket in the US.
Yeah, because rockets up to that point were basically get a cylinder, shove some gunpowder in and light the thing and hope it didn't blow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now, that was in 1914 for Robert Goddard. In 1965, Ron Clark, a famous Australian runner, sets a world record for the 10K of 27 minutes, 39.4 seconds. Now...
I will do it in 27 weeks and 39.4 days.
Yes, a slow walk. Now, anybody that's ever watched Tom and Jerry or Scooby-Doo or...
a few things.
Yes. Magilla Gorilla. There's so many. We'll know the name.
Penelope Pitstop is another one I think he did. And Wacky Races.
Yes, yes. William Hanna of Hanna-Barbera. He was born on this day in 1910. He died in 2001. Now, for the Americans, Gerald R. Ford was born on this day in 1913 in Omaha, Nebraska. An Australian actor, John Wood, very well known here in Australia. He was born on this day in 1946.
What was he in? What movies, TVs? I'm putting you on the spot, aren't I?
Currently appearing in the Dr. Blake mysteries, but what was the police show set at Mount Thomas?
The police show set at Mount Thomas.
Yeah, I can't think. Lisa McCune starred in it, and I can't think what the name is at the moment, and it's gone.
Blue Heelers?
Blue Heelers. Thank you very much. He starred in that. In another court show, he's played as a magistrate, Michael Rafferty, in Rafferty's Rules. So, yes, very famous Australian actor. Now, Ellen Reid, Canadian musician, obviously a famous name, but her band everybody's heard of. She was born in 1966, and the band she was part of, Crash Test Dummies.
You know the song?
Yes, very.
Weird Al Yankovic did a fun parody of that. That is funny.
Yes. Now, another famous Australian actress, Deborah Mailman, was born on this day in 1972. Her recent efforts were The Sapphires. She's been in a TV show in Australia called Offspring. Of so much.
Yeah, Offspring. It's called Offspring because it's about nurses in a maternity ward.
Yes, yes. And last on birthdays today, 1973, Kieran Perkins, Australian 1500 metre swimmer, has 2 gold medals to his name, plus various other awards. He was born this day, 1973. Okay. Well,
that's us today. And if you have any suggestions, any topics you want to cover, any experiments you want us to do, because we're doing a lot of electrochemistry experiments, is there anything you want us to do?
Yes. Give us story suggestions. Tell us what you want to see. Like us if you like us. Share us, please, amongst your friends.
Everything. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr.
Yes. Just let everybody you know. Okay.
Well, see
See
you later.
you dark side.